Hello, I am David Sisko, a malacologist from Hawaii. Welcome to the Love Shack.
Here in Punaluu Valley, near Kaneoha Bay, is nature's tiniest of bounties, a brightly colored yellow-tipped snail, tiny as your fingernail, clinging from every tree, thousands of them eating, trailing slime underneath every leaf.
We call it that because we try to help snails breed. I mean, there used to be thousands, like 10,000 or more, beautiful shells that you could collect in a forest the size of a football field, or at least according to the 19th century malacologists. Oh, and these snails have a scientific name.
Acatanella, apex fulva, George, the loneliest snail. Acatanella, apex fulva, living alone in his shell.
There is no scientific evidence that snails can sing. However, the native Hawaiians will tell you that the tree snail sings most beautifully.
Acatanella, apex fulva, George, the loneliest snail. Acatanella, apex fulva, living alone in his shell. Then sugar cane rains, but big ugly slugs started to damage the crop. So in 55 they brought in alive some carnivorous bugs. Euglandia rosea, rosy wolf snail had planted its seed, and the newly born rosea started to feed. No on Acatanella, apex fulva, yes, George, the loneliest snail. Watch out. Acatanella, apex fulva, living alone in his shell. Stay there, George.
A few years ago, there were only about 300 snails left on the ridge overlooking Punaluu Valley and Kaneohe Bay. So George's parents and a handful of other endangered species were collected from the last known population. George was born at the University of Hawaii at Manoa in 2005. Only a few offspring were produced, but they and their parents didn't make it very long. By the mid-2000s, all of the Acatanella apex fulva died, all except for one juvenile snail, which was George. He spent the last 2 years in this 2-foot by 44-foot modular love shack. Though he was sexually mature in 2012, he never had a mate.
Acatanella, apex fulva, George, the loneliest snail. Acatanella, apex fulva, living alone in his shell. Everybody on law. La 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 la. George, the loneliest snail. La 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 la. Living alone in his shell.
Taking care of them day after day, bringing leaves and fungi, trying to glimpse George, I began to live life at the pace of a snail. I only knew George was alive by his trail and movement. I never saw a naked foot. Well, now it's chirogenetically frozen in case we ever wanted to bring Achatinella apex fulva back into existence.
La 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 la, George the loneliest snail. La 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 la, living alone in his shell. La 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 la, George the loneliest snail. La 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 la, living alone in his shell.
On the first day of 2019, he died.
George the loneliest snail died at the age of 14. Achatinella apex fulva extinct on the first day of 2019. Oh, George, Achatinella apex fulva, George the loneliest snail. La 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 la, living alone in his shell.
Stuff is just blinking out. This entire taxonomic group is about to fall off the face of the planet. As we are mourning George, I hold tighter to the thought that hope still exists for these native snails. Please, don't forget them.
Bye, bye, George.